Imagine arriving on St Croix for the first time as a 16-year-old who's never spent a single day under the Caribbean sun and being ambushed by the flurry of bright colors and sights and sounds peculiar to our region. That is the story of Laury A. Egan, the author of the book Once Upon an Island, in which she shares a fictional version of her week spent on the U.S. territory 56 years ago in August of 1966. Then Egan traveled to St Croix with her artist mother, who was working on a portfolio for the Ritz Gallery on St. Thomas. After that first magical visit, the pair would travel back again in 1967, staying just over a month each time.
I was 16 years old, which is the same age as the principal of the book. And I really wanted to be a writer, and I decided that someday I was going to write a novel, either set on Croix or an island, because I thought it was really interesting how, particularly I think Americans and Europeans when they visit, or how that affects them and why they choose to move there. So I had it in my head for 56 years, and I finally I finally did what I was supposed to do, which is write the book.
Now 72 years old, Egan started working on what she described as a coming-of-age story in 2013, reviewing and revising it several times before finally finding a publisher who began the process of bringing the story to print in January. The book tells the story of a 16-year-old girl who was staying at the Pink Fancy, a small hotel at the time.
Mother is not doing well with her. They're arguing and they're having a lot of problems, and she has amount of guilt because her younger brother died under her watch. And so she is sort of confused and upset, and meets this Czechoslovakian woman, the Pink Fancy, and they strike up this really unusual relationship. And so their stories begin to intertwine. So it's not only a portrait of an island, but it's also a coming-of-age story, which is very interesting. And I think readers will have fun with it. I'm getting a lot of very positive feedback from people that were on the island, and several vet the book, so I feel like I got my details right.
Egan told her consortium interviewer that Once Upon an Island is her favorite of the 10 literary pieces she has written thus far, and described the book as a, quote, pretty interesting portrait of St. Croix. The book is available on Amazon and at Undercover Books in Christiansted.